Hi, I'm Alan Plevy from Small and Plevy in Vienna, Virginia, and today we're here to talk about modification of child support. The issue with the economy and child support is non-sexist by all stretch of the imagination. There are men who have custody who are receiving child support. There are women who have custody receiving child support. There are men who have custody who are losing their jobs. It doesn't matter. This economy has reached all across every boundary there is, and the only people that are being affected are the children and the people that are taking care of those children. Child support is always modifiable so long as the child remains under the age of 18. What I've seen is an increase in the unemployment rate, and the unemployment rate is now reaching about 10%. Those are people that are still looking for jobs. There's a lot of people out there that have given up looking for jobs, and therefore the request for modification, whether they're going into court with an attorney or without an attorney, have increased dramatically. The first step in all of this, in my mind, is open communication. You need to let the non-custodial parent or the person who's receiving the child support, if you're the one that's paying it and you think that there might need to be a modification, let them know what's going on. Let them know you've lost their job so it doesn't come as a surprise. What can we do to maybe work together to reduce the child's expenses? After that, it's again, exchanging information, talking together, trying to reach a resolution. If not, then you have no other choice but to go to court and seek a court intervention. If you are the custodial parent and you are then notified that the non-custodial parent has lost their job and will need to be seeking to modify their child support, that again becomes a very sticky problem because the children's expenses remain pretty much constant. But you should talk with the other party, see if there's expenses that can be diminished for the child. You also rely on that money to help pay your mortgage, to help pay your car payment, to help meet the expenses for the child with regards to food and clothing as well. So that is directly going to impact you. The custodial parent who's receiving child support, who's facing a modification, can fight that modification if they believe that the other person has given up their job or voluntarily diminished their income in some way, shape, or form. If you are the custodial parent, you should notify the other parent that in fact you are anticipating losing your job and that you are going to need to look to them to help in meeting the needs of the child. In addition, in any case when either parent is losing job, they should seek employment or whatever part-time employment they can receive so that they can meet their obligations for the child support. We've had situations where both parents have lost their employment. They're both not with the same company, but in the same field, and they both lost their employment. And they're looking towards their savings, they're looking to family, they're taking money out of their 401ks to help meet their needs and meet the needs of their children. The first thing that we need to do as advisors is find out what the facts are, what's going on. Why are they losing their job? How much time do we have? Is there a severance package? Somebody may become unemployed on October 1st, but they may have a severance package that will last them for 2 or 3 months, depending on how long they've been employed with that company. So we're not looking at a modification that needs to take place immediately on October 1st. That's something that can take place down the road. One thing I hear a lot is the payor complaining that it doesn't cost that much to raise the child, and the response is, well, I'll take the child and you don't have to pay me any child support. Well, those are two different concepts. The one concept with regards to custody is what's in the best interest of the children. The concept with regards to child support is a contribution to meeting the child's financial needs. You always have to factor in the costs of doing business, of doing everything. So if you're speaking to your attorney and you work out your guidelines, and the guidelines require or would diminish the amount of child support to be paid, but it's going to cost, because you can't get a resolution or an agreement with the other party, it's going to cost more than what you're going to gain, then it's just not worth it. The children get involved to the extent that the parents want to have them involved, and that may or may not be a good idea, depending on the age of your children. The children always need to know that they're going to be safe, they're going to be taken care of. But they may feel a difference when Christmas comes around, they don't get as many presents or as many big presents. When school comes around and getting clothes, whether they're getting a whole lot of new clothes or just a few new clothes, patching things up and working there. They may or may not have taken vacations this summer, and in that sense they may feel that there's some difference going on in the household. I'm Alan Plevy from Small & Plevy in Vienna, Virginia. Should you have any questions on this topic or any other topic, please give me a call at 703-790-1900 or feel free to visit our website at smallandplevy.com.